It's the end of the week, it's groovy, it's an Evil Dead movie ranking. A couple of things to note. 1, there isn't a bad Evil Dead movie, and 2, we aren't including the brilliant Ash vs Evil Dead, movies only. Sit back, crank the chainsaw, let's head down into that cellar. In 5th place we have Evil Dead Army of Darkness, the 1992 third instalment in the series, written and directed by Sam Raimi. While it continues the plot directly from Evil Dead 2, the studio clearly went for a lower certificate here, maybe to attract a wider audience. Unfortunately for horror fans still basking in the glory that was Evil Dead 2, it was less horror and more slapstick. Don't get us wrong, it does have some great comedy moments, but it just doesn't retain the balance of comedy and horror that Evil Dead 2 perfected. The expectation going into this third movie was very high, and sadly didn't quite deliver in the same way. At 4 we give you Evil Dead, the 2013 remake by Fede Alvarez. Now, as directorial debuts go, it is fantastic. This isn't quite a blow-by-blow remake, there isn't someone else playing Ash, thank goodness. It's a great horror movie with ample gore, a glorious Evil Dead trope, but it doesn't quite capture the magic of the original it's trying to recreate. The post-credits scene gave us the briefest of hints that more dead-eyed action was on the horizon, which did indeed materialise, and this remake remains a worthy appetizer. And that leads us to 2023's Evil Dead Rise, directed by Lee Cronin, another director relatively new to feature films. We suspect Raimi and co have an eye for horror talent. When the trailer dropped for this movie, it was unexpected and a pleasant surprise. New location, new characters, effective use of a front door spy hole. It's made by someone who clearly understands what makes Evil Dead movies great. The gore is there, the dialogue, the manicness, the moments that are very recognisably Evil Dead, but with a fresh spin. Topped off by a spectacular ending, and opening for that matter, and a freaky performance by Alyssa Sutherland, this movie has us really excited for the direction of the franchise. Taking the runner-up stance, we have the original The Evil Dead, brought to us in 1981, a pretty good year for horror. If you're watching this video, you know how this goes. Ash and his pals go to a cabin in the woods, much merriment and hijinks ensues. Based on Raimi's short film, Within the Woods, The Evil Dead is that movie you study in film class, the ultimate horror movie. Sense of foreboding, awesome practical effects, particularly for the budget, unique camera work, peril, and lots of it, sinister location, dialogue, inventiveness, the list goes on. This movie introduced the world to signature Raimi, which we continue to see in his later work, Drag Me to Hell being a prominent example. Honestly though, look for the signs. You're in a rundown cabin in the woods. Don't go into the creepy cellar and retrieve the most gnarly book you can find. It's like innocently doing a Ouija board during Halloween night on a full moon, dressed as a Joker at a Marvel-themed party. Just don't. And so to the rarest of occasions, the sequel is better than the original, Evil Dead 2. Set directly after the first movie but released 6 years later, Ash is alone, but not really alone, bereft and dripping with some of the most quotable lines ever to pass the ears of horror fans, or any fans, quite frankly. Evil Dead 2 ups the comedy while also capturing the intensity and bleakness of Ash's situation. He really is having the worst time of his life, and it's horrific and chaotic and manic and funny, and it's a stronger movie for getting that balance so right. For all the set pieces, heads, chainsaws, hands, it's really Bruce Campbell's performance here that glues it all together. Without him, this wouldn't be the same movie. His Ash shines in every facial expression, every gesture, every line delivery. Now, this decision might divide. Is Evil Dead 2 horror? Is it comedy horror? As it stands, it's top of our list. Let us know your ranking and thoughts in the comments. Have fun storming the castle.
Hey, I'll swallow your soul! I'll swallow your soul! I'll swallow your soul!
Swallow this.
Thanks very much for listening. If you'd like to contact us or check out what we've been up to, you can find us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. If you enjoyed the video today, please do like it, subscribe to the channel, and ding the bell to receive notifications about new videos. See you in the next one.